Perfect. We are on time, but we'll just give a few more seconds so that we allow more of you to join in. Super excited to see everybody who's here on the call right now. This is awesome. Yes, I guess we can slowly get started because I know there's a lot of ground to cover today. So, a very warm welcome, a good afternoon to everybody who is joining us. This is yet again another Friday webinar series hosted by ElevateMe Bootcamp, and we're so excited. Like I mentioned even last week, it is so humbling, and we're so excited when we see more and more students like you join us on these sessions, even on a Friday afternoon. And I'm super thrilled, especially about today's session, because unlike the regular session, this one is going to be slightly different, where I'll be joined with my colleague, and we'll be doing a discussion on everything that we offer on the bootcamp. So, just to introduce myself before we start off, my name is Niti. I'm the Career Services Manager at ElevateMe. And I have my lovely colleague here. Her name is Michelle. Michelle, if you could just introduce yourself, that'd be awesome.
So thank you, Nidhi. I'm so excited to be partnering with you again on our webinars. Hi, everyone. I'm Michelle Akata. I'm the career coach here at ElevateMe. I'm originally out of Connecticut. I now live in South Florida, some time spent in Miami. I'm now up in the Palm Beach area.
So thank you so much for introducing yourself, Michelle. I'm just going to quickly, let me just give me a second. Let me set this up and we can go straight into the presentation then. Awesome. So I'm going to share screen. And Michelle, just let me know once you're able to view this.
Yes, I am able to see it. Thank you.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much, Michelle. So let's start off because I know there are a lot of you who's joined the call today, and you're very specifically thinking about what is it that we offer in the bootcamp, who are we exactly, what do our courses look like. So I know a lot of these questions are probably buzzing in your mind when you're here on the webinar. So let's just start off with talking about what Elevate Me Bootcamp is. So let's talk a little bit about who we are and what is it that we do. So, to introduce the bootcamp, we are very proud to say that we are one of a kind, unique, and one of the pioneers in the bootcamp edtech space, which has created courses that is tailor made for international students like you. Okay, and we're very proud of that because yes, there are boot camps out there, very successful boot camps, but I don't think there are any boot camps as unique as this that's specifically designed for only international students, right? And our mission is to make sure that you are able to achieve all of your career goals in the US. Because you've made it this far, you've made it into the country, you worked so hard to get to where you are right now. And we want to have the opportunity to partner with you and help you move beyond and really achieve the goals that you're looking for. Right. So that's what our mission is on. And we achieve this not only through like technical coaching and training, but also through very extensive career services support. We're also very proud to be associated and accredited by the Ohio State Board of Career Colleges, which means once you join the bootcamp and you have this up on your resume, under your work experience section, under your education section, it is very credible, it's very viable, and I'm sure recruiters will give it exactly the kind of weightage that you would get out of, a job, let's say, for example, in the US or in on the job training. So that's a bit about who we are. moving to what is it that we do, there are two folds to what we do, because what we wanted to do on the bootcamp is offer a very holistic kind of course, right? So all of our courses are going to be very holistic. So on one side, we provide technical skill enhancement, which helps you build a very strong portfolio. So when I'm talking about this, what it means is we will be partnering with you, and you will be working very closely with a mentor. Your mentor will be an industry expert who comes with several years of experience. Let's say if you've taken up the data analytics and machine learning course, your mentor will be somebody who has experience in the industry as a data analyst, as a data scientist. We do have a mentor who will be joining us towards the end of the session. So sit tight. I'm sure you'll have a lot of great insights coming in from the mentor as well. So you will be partnering with your mentor to do live projects, and these live projects are ones that you can show on your resume under your work experience section, and that's what this bootcamp is offering. Apart from that, you will also be able to do some basic technical training and optional capstone project with your mentor too. So it's not just it's not just a live project that you're doing with the mentor, which is again very unique. There is no bootcamp out there which I'm aware of that gives live project simulations where the experience is very similar to being in an office environment, right? So that when you're out, when you're interviewing, you're able to talk about it, and it's exactly like having done a job in the US. So this is what we offer on the technical skill side. Now coming to the job search support, because I know a lot of you who are here on the call are all wondering, how am I supposed to get my first full-time job in the US, right? Now this is a question that all of you have. So on the bootcamp, what we've done is we've given different kind of support systems for students who are looking for the job. So on one side, you would have one-on-one career coaching calls with our coach, Michelle, who's here on the call. You'll have the option to take calls with Michelle right from day one, so that you can understand exactly how to navigate the job market. And apart from that, you'll also get job application support, because we understand as students, you have just so many things that you have to manage. Especially when you're joining the bootcamp and you're expected to do live project with us, we understand that you're going to have a lot of time invested in picking up on those technical skills that you need, to get through the technical round in the companies. And we want to make sure that you get all of the support that you need with the job search. So we have job application support as well. And of course, like I mentioned, once you're done with the bootcamp, what's really going to enhance your experience with us is the fact that you can mention that you are a trainee in the specific field under your resume. And the HRs will be more than happy to, consider it as legit work experience from the market. So this is a bit about who we are and what we do. And in the upcoming slides, we'll go a little more in depth about all of these points. But before I move to the next slide, just a bit of a call out. Whoever has joined this call, I would really request you to make sure that you stay all the way till the end, because there's a smaller surprise for you waiting in the last slide. So yeah, I'm not going to talk more about that. So Michelle, over to you, and let's just go through the slides for now.
Thank you, Nidhi. Before we proceed, friends, please make sure to put your questions in as we are proceeding. You can start adding your questions in now, all the way through, because once we are finished with our presentation, we are giving you ample time to ask as many questions. So get your questions in now. That way we can answer them in the order that they're coming in. So don't forget, pop them in that Q&A. So
Thank you,
now what we
Michelle.
want to, you're welcome, Nidhi. So now what we want to talk about is ElevateMe. We know what we're doing. We have been in this business for a very long time, especially Nidhi and myself coming from bootcamp backgrounds. We are so committed to your success, to ensuring that we are going to help you. We are going to partner with you, that we are offering a 10-month money-back guarantee in order to help reach your goals. We're not worried about this. That's how confident we are, because we know that you will find exactly what you're looking for. This is why we're offering it, is because we believe in ElevateMe. We believe in our success as well as your success. But because of that, we are going to offer it as a just in case, just to make you feel secure that you are joining and you are partnering with a very successful, very competent boot camp. Nidhi?
Thank you so much. Perfect. So let's move to the next slide where we talk a little more in detail about what the bootcamp offerings look like. And these are kind of offerings, so let's say services that exist across all of the courses that we have on the bootcamp. So, like I mentioned, our services are twofold. We support students with their technical skills and also support them with their job search. So, on the technical side, as I mentioned in the previous slide, you will be partnering with a mentor who will be taking you through a live project. The duration of the live project varies depending on the course that you join. We come a little more in detail. We talk a little more in detail about this in the upcoming slide. But this is just for you to know, right? And apart from this, the live, what do you say, the live project that you will be doing with the mentor, you would also have the option to take up the optional foundational technical course. So this is just for you to be able to kind of refresh and brush up your skills before you get into the live project. And you also have the option to take up an optional capstone project. So if there is any topic that you want to do a capstone project on and you did not find the support externally, your mentor will be able to do that on the capstone, on the bootcamp for you. And with this done, you're going to be able to create a very strong GitHub portfolio, which is very much required in today's job market because it's so competitive and there are so many people out there who are competing with you for the jobs that it's very important for you to be able to show exactly what your work is through these portfolios. And then when it comes to the job search support, as I mentioned, you would have one-on-one support from your career coach right from day one, and also exclusive job application support from the career services executive team. So now when it comes to your job search support, it's not only going to be about getting your resumes done and making sure that your profile is marketed and it's being most of the jobs are being applied for, but you also are going to get a lot of soft skills training from Michelle. And this is very important again, because when it comes to your success on the interview, or even when it comes to your success on the job, we really very much care about that. And so it's very important for us on the bootcamp to give you that holistic kind of training. And this is where the soft skills training comes in. So as you can see, this is a very hands-on, human-supported community that we've built for each student to make sure that we help you achieve your career goals. So I hope this kind of gives you an understanding on all of the offerings that we have on the bootcamp. And yeah, Michelle, if you could just talk a little about the two courses that we offer right now.
Wonderful. Thank you, Nidhi. Now what we're going to do is we're going to get into a little bit more depth on the two different offerings that we have. And if you're unsure of which one is best suited for you, our very skilled admissions team will be able to break it down for you. So if you take it the first one, it's our data analytics and machine learning course. This is our longer program. As you can see at the top, course duration 8 months. This is as they're both designed for international students, but one is more for students that have yet to graduate, hence the 8 months. It is enrolled for monthly cohorts, so the first of every month, unless there's a holiday, of course. Your technical training will be 4 months with our expert technical mentor, which you will have, of course, the live projects. And your job search, which is very hands-on, which will be with the career coach, which is me. And we have a very dedicated career services exec team, which will be working hand in hand. And we'll get to it in the next slide. That's more of working with your job applications, the following up, etc. Now, if we take a look at our fast track, and it's exactly what it says. It is fast because you're only doing 2 months of technical training. The course duration is 5 months. And the difference here, while it is for international students, it's for those who have graduated and are either on their OPT or waiting to get approved. So that's really what we're gearing that for, because obviously there is that rush, and we do understand that. We do have weekly cohorts, so it's usually starting every Monday. Please check with the admissions advisor, right? So that way you're not missing, understanding that it is a rush. Same, right, with the 2 months, technical mentor led with the live projects, and your job search. It is much more intense. So there's going to be a lot of stuff that's packed into that 5 months. So the expectation, as in both of them, is that you are able to commit to the 15 to 20 hours, and that you are, right, both of these programs are a partnership, that you're willing to put in the work, because as I've stated before, we are very confident in our success, and we want to guarantee yours as well. Nidhi?
Thank you so much for running us through this. I hope this slide kind of gives you complete clarity as to what though it's very similar, like both of them have the same offerings, the same nature of support. The fast track course is really designed to make sure that students who are really crunched on time, especially, gets all the support that is required off of the bootcamp, right? So let's move next and look at what a month-on-month course structure looks like on the data analytics and machine learning course. Now, this is the 8-month-long course that Michelle just spoke about in the previous slide. And just want to give you an understanding on how this would work. So in months 1, 2, 3, all the way till month 4, what remains kind of the same across all these months is that you would be doing the live technical project with your mentor, and you would continue to have your coaching done with the career coach across all these 4 months, right? And I think that's sufficient time for you to gain all the skills that you need. 4 months is really great to show on your resume. It's a lot of experience that you can put up. You'll be able to talk a lot about the projects and the way you worked in a team, and it's amazing. At the end of the 4 month, now what's special here is that we'll also start off with the job application support. Sorry, let me just correct myself. It's not the end of the 4th month, it's the beginning of the 4th month. So before you even get your GitHub portfolio done, you have like a good month's worth of job applications done by the dedicated team for you. And at the end of the 4th month, when you wrap up with your live technical project, you can then start working on your GitHub portfolio in month 5. And again, in month 5, you continue with your career coaching support, and you now continue with even the job application support. And in month 5, you graduate from the bootcamp. And then the rest of the 3 months, so month 6 to 8, is where you have just dedicated career services support with Michelle as your career coach, and then the career services executive team doing the job applications on your behalf. So as you can see, you gain all of the technical skills that you require, all of the technical experience that you require, and then you move transition into the job application in a very smooth manner. So I hope this gives you kind of like a very high level view of what the 8 months course looks like. And in the next slide, we'll have a look at what the fast track unique course looks like.
Thank you, Nidhi. So as you can see, we've broken it down just as we did in our longer program. So in your first month, really starting off your first week, you're going to get that foundational technical training with your technical mentor, right? If you would like, we do offer an optional capstone project. This can also go onto your resume. Again, it is optional. You don't have to do it, but we always like to offer, just giving you more work, should you ask. And then your career coaching does start day 1. You'll be working with me right from the moment that first Monday, nonstop, just to get you ready, depending on your lessons, the mock interviewing, any type of job support, getting your resume ready. As I previously mentioned, it is very intense, but it's all to help you prepare. Once everything looks ready, you will be starting in that first couple of weeks your job applications. Once we review your mock interviewing and we feel that you are ready, just because we want to ensure that you are getting those, securing those job interviews from all the applications that are being sent out. Our goal is to ensure your success. The next phase that you can see are the mentor-led technical projects. These are your live projects, your training. Again, if you've noticed at the bottom, career coaching has continued throughout this entire process. We walk you through and we are with you every step of the way until you secure that opportunity. So your technical mentor is also with you, providing mock interview training. So that way, when you do have a technical assessment, a technical interview, you do feel secure. So there will be mock interview prep as well. And then in our last phase as well, we have our career executive team that will offer you the job application support, sending out the 100 applications a day, following up, doing what needs to be done in order to help you get those interviews.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that, Michelle. So you can see how both of the courses are, again, similar, but yet slightly different, tailor-made to make sure that you get the support that you need, depending on where you are right now. Perfect. So let's now move to just having a look at what are the exclusive job search. Like I mentioned, I'm sure all of you here on the call are like really thinking about, okay, is this the right course for me, depending on the kind of support you're going to get with your job search. So let's just have a look at what are the unique offerings that we have on the courses to make sure that you get the job that you're looking for. So as I've mentioned earlier, you're going to have one-on-one career coaching calls and support right from day one. Then you're going to have more than 100 job applications done a day by the dedicated career services executive team whom you'll be working with very closely in the bootcamp. You will also gain real-time experience, which you can add into your resume, right? And this doesn't, like, usually when you're studying, I know you do some capstone project, it goes under your education section, it goes under your project section, but this is something that you can definitely highlight under your work experience section. And like Michelle mentioned in the last slide, we do offer mock interview training. These are not only technical, but also behavioral interviews. So you get all of the support and insight that you need to make sure that you're very successful in the interview process externally. Perfect. So let's move to the next slide where we talk a little more about what the resume would look like, because I'm sure you're curious to understand how would the bootcamp be showcased on the resume. So yeah, Michelle.
Wonderful, thank you. So as you can see on the left-hand side, we've shared with you a sample resume that kind of takes you through of what it's going to be looking like. So sometimes the questions come up of, are you going to be using the same resume to send out, right? So you may have a resume already. Question comes up, will you use the same one? And the answer is no. We make your resume and we ensure your resume is more competitive. We're adding the bootcamp, of course, the languages, tools, and libraries that you are using. And we're ensuring that it is ATS friendly. So if you're taking a look at this is a format of an ATS resume. We're also highlighting and showing you how to add the ElevateMe Bootcamp, which is captured under the work experience. And we're also showing you how to highlight and add the certain description to it, which is something that the HR and recruiters are specifically looking for. So this is just giving you a nice overview of what to expect should you come and join us, of what it's going to be. Again, this is something that we have extensive experience on in the bootcamp world, but you will be getting that industry training, which is really what they're looking for, and you will be developing your GitHub as well to make it more competitive, working with our technical mentor. Nidhi?
Awesome. Yeah, and I'm sure most of the students who are here, they know how difficult it is to get the job when there's no work experience to show, right? If there's nothing that they can show that's relevant to the field. So this is how we are helping you. I hope this gives you clarity. Of course, what we have here on the sample, it shows the capstone project that you could do with your mentor. And then obviously, once you start working on the live project, you'll be able to mention a lot more points about the live project that you're doing. Now, I know all of you have been very patient. Thank you so much for continue to stay with us on the webinar. And like I mentioned, earlier on the first slide, at the end of the first slide, that there is a surprise that's in line for you. Just wanted to let you know that only for today, we have a very unique and special offer that is running. So we are very happy to announce that there is a $500 discount that we are offering just for today. So if any of you are interested in enrolling the boot camp, you really find either the data analytics, machine learning 8 months course or the 5 months course, like, exactly what you were looking for. If you were to enroll with us today, there is a special $500 discount that you're going to receive and this is over and above the 100% money back guarantee and all the support that you're going to receive from the bootcamp. So this is really exciting. I'm really excited about sharing this information. I've never had this kind of offer shared in any of the previous webinars. So this is amazing. Now, if you are interested and you want to know a little more about how this works and what the exact pricing is, please feel free to reach out to our admissions team. You can also talk about what are the different payment options available at the bootcamp. And our contact number is 614-965-8005. And our email is info@elevateme.pro. Awesome. So I know this was very informative, short and sweet. Michelle, thank you so much for being on the call with me and speaking about all of the offerings that we have on the bootcamp. Now, I would love to move into the Q&A section. And before we do that, I want to invite Archit, our mentor, and Prachit, our operations manager. Thank you so much for being with us on the call, Prachit and Archit.
Thank you so much, Nidhi and Michelle. That was an excellent webinar.
Oh, well, thank you, Nidhi, for hosting me. Welcome, everybody. Prachit, Archit, so great to see you both.
Thank you. Yeah,
Thank you for inviting
likewise.
us.
Yeah.
Perfect. So just another call out yet again. If you have any questions, please feel free to put it up in the Q&A section here on Zoom. If you are joining us via YouTube, you can drop in your questions into the comment section and we'll pick it up from there.
Yeah, no, look at these questions. They are rolling in. So my goodness. So very exciting. Please don't be shy, everyone. You can put your questions. All questions are welcome. So we do have everyone putting them in. Right. So thank you.
Yeah, let me know when so I can start asking questions.
Oh,
Wait
yeah.
1 second. Before we move into that,
Okay.
we do have a very special guest. I'm very excited. Just give me a second. Let me just, sometimes it just takes a little longer.
So yes, I saw that special guest.
Yes, I'm just trying to.
That doesn't mean you have to stop putting in your questions, everybody.
I can definitely continue putting in your questions.
Please do.
Yeah, guys.
We will try to get to every single one, but please put them in.
Okay. Okay. Looks like
There you go.
There we
there
go.
you go. So super excited to also introduce our CEO, Mr. Shani Babsar. He's on the call today. Thank you so much for joining us today, Shani.
Thank you for inviting Niti and everyone. And I'm sorry I'm not in a professional attire today, unfortunately. But I'm glad to be part of this webinar, and I'm looking forward to taking some of the questions and sharing my thoughts. As all of you know, I'm also an international student, just like most of the people that have joined our call today. So I would like to share some of my thoughts as well as we take on the questions.
For sure. It's awesome that you could join us, Shani. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So-
Yeah.
So Prachit, if you could just take the questions, and we
Sure.
can one. Yeah.
Yeah. Guys, keep asking question. No question is small question or dumb question. It's okay. If you think that question that we have already said something about it and you might have missed it, that's okay. Please go ahead and ask that questions. In our Q&A window, it would be right in the bottom where it says Q&A. So there you go. That's the first question we have, that do I need to complete the entire 5 months program? All right. So I would invite Shani, you can answer this question.
Yeah, that's a good question. I was also wondering the same. So, like we have a two program, right? One is a fast track program. In the fast track program, that is specifically designed for the students that are already graduated. And this program is designed in a way that the job applications would start within a 3 weeks. Also, it could start in 2 weeks as well. Okay, so it depends on you how fast you can quickly set up the resume and by our help and prepare for some interview questions, and we will start start the job hunting right away. And also the resume, the sample resume you saw at the end of the PPT, uh, that will also become resume for you. And our goal is to land you a job within 2 months of joining the program.
Mhm.
So you do not need to complete all 5 months necessarily. It is the total time that the program is going to support you to find a job. But as per my experience, if you put in the work as a student, I think you will be able to land a job within 2 months after joining the program.
Perfect. Shani, thank you so much for answering that. I hope that answers your question, whoever asked it. Um, okay, so the next question is from a candidate asking that, do you have any kind of course content for your bootcamp training? So I would like to answer this. Yes, we do. If you go on our website, um, on the top there is a tab called course. You can simply select the DAML course, and there you will be able to find week career coaching course, and also the training course, all the technologies that we have to offer. Everything that we have to offer is mentioned right there. Also, after I stop speaking, I would also like to share the link for you over there, so that way you can go inside and check it out yourself. Okay, so I hope that answers your question.
But can I, Prachit, add some things that might
Sure.
not be, some of the recent updates might not reflect on the website.
Okay, sure.
So to summarize what we offers in the course content, there are two parts of our services. One is a human component, and one is a pre-recorded videos. Okay. And we have designed this specifically for keeping international student like you in mind. So what we are doing here is the content that we are providing, which is a recorded content, is one is related with the career and one is related with the technical. Okay, so those are the two tracks. In the career tracks, we are heavily focused on interview preparation, resume preparation, and how do you represent yourself in the interviews. That's what we are heavily focused when it comes to career. And of course, there is many more things, how to follow up, how to, when you do the job application, how to network, how to take interviews, many more things are there. But we're going to make sure that you're ready for the interviews in a career track. When it comes to technical track, the content is, we are not highly focused on basic training at all, actually. As a matter of fact, that's an option if you want. But what we are going to provide you is a real-time project, right? So the real-time project is what it means. It's a real-time company project that, our separate company is working on, and you will become a part of that project so that, you kind of get that experience of working in a real-time environment. So that will again enhance your skills of interview, how to answer certain questions, and how to represent yourself when you are speaking with the hiring managers. So that is what we are providing when it comes to the technical content. It's all hands-on, all real-time, not basic. Why? Because you are already guys masters graduate, you are already well qualified people. You do not require basic training, as per my opinion. So that's what we are focused on.
Perfect. Whoever this question was from, if you guys still have any question, feel free to put a continuation question and I'll be more than glad to take it on. So next question is, what if I don't have an experience as a data analyst, but I have knowledge on skills which are required to in a DA field? So is there any possibility that I would get interviews without experience in my resume?
Knowledge on which are related to data analyst field. Well, I would recommend that you take a test. So you go on our website, you click on apply now, and we have a small test that takes around 45 minutes to 1 hour to complete. That will determine that, your skill level. So that is the first step I recommend. So our bootcamp is not for folks that do not even understand the basics, right? So we will not be able to enroll if you do not understand the basics. But if you have a clear basics and you understand a little bit of programming, that is when you will be able to qualify for our bootcamp. So does that answer the question, Prachit?
Yep, I hope so. And if again you have any continuation question, feel free to put it down on Q&A window. Right.
Yeah.
So next question is, can I pay after I get a job? So, Shani, you want to go on this?
Yeah, of course. So we have a multiple payment option. One of the payment option which we have is a deferred payment, which we have a partner with the bank, where you will be able to take a loan from the bank, where you are not required to pay. You will be required to pay small upfront amount. After that, you are not required to make any payments for next 8 months. So, and we have a money back guarantee program, right? Which we presented to you 10 months. But if you want to do 8 months, you can speak with the admission team. They'll be probably flexible to do 8 months. So let's say, for example, by next 8 months, if you do not receive a job, right, and you follow all the criteria, then we will pay that loan behalf of you to the bank. You don't need to pay the bank because of our money back program guarantee. And if you receive the job, which we believe you will, if you get enrolled in our program, you can be peace of mind because we are making sure that you're qualified for our bootcamp. And if you are able to take admission, you will be able to pay the loan because you will have a job by then. That's how we are thinking. And then that's the payment term. You actually don't require too much money to get started with us here. Yeah, Prachi, did I miss anything?
Yeah, I think you answered all the question, right? That's
Yeah,
it.
and then one more thing I would like to say is that is a limited number of seats are available. The bank that we are partnered with is not going to provide too many loans. Okay. So I highly encourage that you get in early because that door is gonna close very soon. And then after that, the only door will be open to get into our bootcamp is going to be monthly payment that you have to make every month. So right now is a chance for all of the students are out there to get into our program in order to get the advantage of the loans that we have available through the bank. And remember, we are all international students, just like you, myself, Prachit, and Archit. We all three are international students, and we have a extensive experience in this field. We have earlier, directly or indirectly, have helped hundreds and hundreds of students. So this is not a first time we are doing this. This is not a first rodeo. We have done this many times, and we feel very confident that we will be able to help you get your first job.
Perfect. So let's move on to the next question. Next question is, Shani, you would be again the perfect candidate to answer this question. Is I want to skip the bootcamp training and directly want to start a marketing process. Is it possible?
The short answer is yes. With our fast track program that we have developed, it is possible. There is just one thing we verify by our career coach is, are you eligible to take interviews? So we will kind of host a mock interview, and if you are confident and if you are presenting yourself well in the interviews, yes, we will start marketing right away. And that is how we have designed our fast track program. And also, just to for the other folks that have joined the webinar, if you are not clearing our mock discussion, we will provide your feedback, help you improve your skills of interview, and after that, we will start your marketing. So what we are doing here is to make sure when we start marketing, you're gonna get a lot of calls, right? We want to make sure that you are able to receive those calls and present yourself in a most effective manner. And we don't want you to lose any opportunities. As you guys know, right now, the market is really, really difficult. There is a minimal amount of companies that are currently hiring. So we don't want you to miss any opportunities. And we are with you in this game, because if you do not get a job, we don't get our money, right? Because of the money back guarantee. So we are equally, invested in your success. In other words, we are in the same boat. If you fail, we fail. So our interests are very much aligned. So we're gonna do everything possible to land you a job. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna use my personal network. I'm gonna make calls to other CEOs. If they have a job opportunity, I'm gonna personally recommend all of you. So I have a big network, and we're gonna build a network of our companies as well, where I'm gonna personally recommend you, because the way we have set up our process of enrolling and the way we are developing our service delivery, it's so effective, and it's just like a game changing. There's no one else is doing this for the international student other than ElevateMe.
Perfect. Very well said, Shani. Thank you so much for answering that question. Moving on to next question. So student has asked, what is the guarantee that I will get my money back after the period is over for money back guarantee?
Yeah, that's a trust question. I'll give you my home address. I'll give you my cell number. You can just stop by my house if I don't give you my money, give you your money back. And to be very honest, $10,000, $15,000 not going to make me rich or poor. I have had a great success in my life and my career. I'm doing this for my passion. I'm an international student, and I'm very, very frustrated with the industry, the way it is designed, and the way the consultancies are taking advantage of the international students. So I'm very frustrated. And because of that, I'm doing this company. I'm building this company, building this organization. So I do not have any alternative motives here to steal your money or take your money and run away. I don't think so that will happen. I'm building this company for upcoming generations, and many every year around 1.2 million student comes in the United States, and I want to help each and every one of them to land their job without unethical practices. Unethical practices are, not good, and it actually are very stressful for the international students, not just for 1 or 2 years, but for the entire their life when they are in the US. And I've seen that personally. Many international students go through that stressful life, and I want to make sure that you guys have a peaceful life and you land your first job with the most ethical manner possible. And that is why I'm developing this company. That's why I'm investing my own money. I could be chilling at the beach or some mountain with this money. I'm putting in hundreds of thousands of dollars of my own money, So I do not have any intention to take your money and run away. And as I said, I can give you my home address, my personal phone number, and anything you require.
And I hope that answers question. I'm sure it did answer the question. All right. So, good question is coming up next. What if I am not an international student? Right. Who would like to
Yeah,
go
you
on
can
that?
still try. If you are qualified, individual, you can just go ahead and apply online and take a small test that I was talking about earlier. That will determine if you are, have a basic understanding and basic knowledge of data analytics and machine learning. And if you are able to clear that test, we will be more than happy to take you into our bootcamp.
Perfect. Yeah. All right. This next question is coming for the $500 sale that is going on just for today. So a candidate has asked that what if I want to get a code and then use it for next week?
That's not possible. It's just for today. Why is the next week is Murat is good or what? Like you can take
Michelle is
today.
confused. What are you talking about?
Like, is it a good day today? I mean, next week is something special.
It's an omen next week.
Yeah.
All right. So
For time for international student, right? They should be like signing up today right away. Actually, there is other option than ElevateMe in the market. Unless you want to build a fake resume and give fake interviews, more than happy to, there are thousands of companies to do that. Go ahead and join them. If you do not want to do that, then ElevateMe is the only option. So
got it. All right. So
it's
shall
it's the only choice, and I don't think so any international student even can need to think too much about this. I feel like it's just an obvious choice. For it's like if you are thirsty, you drink water, right? It's very similar. And if you, so it's ElevateMe is the only thing.
hey, this is a very good question. Next question is a very good question actually. So what kind of jobs you apply for and what kind of job I should be expecting? All right.
Yeah,
So
actually, there are around 30 job categories we have defined, around 25 to 30 job categories that we are going to apply for. And, that's a part of a curriculum, right? If you were to join our bootcamp, we'll be able to show it to you, all the job that we apply. And then what was the second question, Prachi?
so what kind of job should I be expecting?
What kind of job you should be
So,
expecting? You should be
yeah.
expecting a job, yeah, in a data analytics and machine learning field, right? We'll be applying, for example, data engineering, data analytics, Tableau, Power BI, different tools, machine learning jobs also we will apply. So, Archit, you want to add anything over
Sunny,
here?
yeah, I can add over here. So like if you're qualified in NLP, computer vision, so you can become an NLP engineer, computer vision engineer, machine learning engineer, data analyst, data visualization engineer, Tableau developer, SQL analyst. So yeah, like all these job roles along the skills that we are gonna teach you. So yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and then one more thing that I want to add here is, so if you apply on ElevateMe and if we are selecting you, I feel like your 80% job is done, okay? Because we are only taking the students we believe that are eligible to perform certain jobs. So we are going to represent you in such a manner that the hiring managers will be able to, easily hire you without doing too much of interviews, right? Once we're gonna start reaching out to the hiring managers, they're gonna exactly know if the student is coming from ElevateMe, then the bar is gonna be really, really high. So in this current job market, which is very difficult, you have to set yourself apart from the crowd. And ElevateMe is going to be the means to set you apart from the crowd. As soon as you're gonna have ElevateMe in your resume, it's gonna be a game changer for you. The hiring manager is gonna recognize that, hey, this is a boot camp which is certified by the state of Ohio, and it is run by a qualified management team, and they are going to trust our brand name and our team, and they are going to put you in front of the line. And that's what's going to happen if you are qualified to join ElevateMe. And as a matter of fact, we're not going to select each and every one that comes to us. We are going through a process of selection, and only the qualified students are going to get enrolled. And whoever is not qualified, we're gonna say them no, unfortunately.
Perfect. I that's an excellent answer. Thank you so much, Shani. And I hope whoever asked that question got their answer. I think this question is very similar. I think Shani and Archit already covered this, but once again, if you want to briefly cover this for me, Archit, what technologies will you be covering in the fast track DML course?
So yeah, for both the courses, like we are going to use Microsoft
Question
Azure
is very similar.
Microsoft Azure to like implement the DAML project. We'll be utilizing SQL, Python, related libraries like sklearn for machine learning, NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, Seaborn, and at the end we are going to make dashboards using Power BI and Tableau. So yeah, these are the tools.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Archit, for answering that question. I hope that answers your question, whoever asked it. All right, one more question, and this is good question for Michelle. Why do I need a career coaching?
Oh, so it's a great question, and I know it comes up a lot. So while people can search on their own, what we found is that it does take a lot of effort and time to search on their own, the lack of motivation, the direction on where they should be applying. We find most people just go to a couple of different job boards. They don't have a proper ATS-friendly resume. They're not putting the proper formatting. There's a lot of key components that when we search on our own, we're just not aware of, especially as resumes have changed since before the pandemic, during the pandemic, after that. Myself being a master certified coach knows about. There's certain job boards that are out there that especially students that are looking to apply for a visa, there's hundreds of them that are just untapped, that someone like myself and our company knows about, that we go after. Having certain relationships with recruiters, right? As a career coach, we know the ins and outs of what to do. We know certain languages of how to craft templates, emails, the right way to do it, that sometimes just all individuals, regardless of whether they're brand new to the career search, they've been out of it for 5 years or 20 years, they're just not familiar with. And having that accountability, so that accountability piece is really important. The folks that I've worked with over the years love having somebody that's always on their side, that always somebody that they can check in with to say, am I doing this the right way? Can you keep me on track? How are my goals? Am I working towards it? Better success in a shorter amount of time than just being dragged out, because it is grueling, it is taxing. I'm not going to deny that. As we've all had to search for something, it will wear on you no matter how confident you are, because we're putting it in the hands of others. So by having somebody that knows exactly what they're doing, and to give you that guidance and that support when you really need something like this the most, especially for our international students, when there's so much more on the line, is just so much reassuring. So having that career coach by your side is just, especially when they're rooting for you, right? Your success is their success. It's just really empowering, and just feels really good as a person.
Oh, thank you so much, Michelle. There would be no one better to answer that question than you. So
Oh,
that was the perfect answer. Niti,
thank
you
you.
want to add
One
any? Yeah,
one
Sunny, go
more
ahead.
thing I can add before Niti is like I think if I remember my days of job searching back in 2013, that is when sorry, it was 2014, that is when I was searching for a job. I remember being very lonely and by myself. And I used to feel like there is no one else understands me. And over the years, what I have understood is like the mindset and the support system that you have around you, that is going to determine your success or failure, right? So I think that's also a big component which is not tangible or not visible enough, but that emotional support or having someone by your side, right? So that's a career coach where you are able to share your intimate details, your struggles, your emotions. And I think Michelle is expert on that as well. And, so she can kind of navigate those challenges as well. And Michelle also, I know she's putting in a lot of work to understand the international cultures, right? Like culture in India, culture in other countries. And the reason that she's doing this is in order to connect with them where they are, rather than imposing her own views or values. Rather, she's trying to understand like how does the a student from India feels, how does a student from China feels, how does a student from other countries feel, what is the living conditions that they have, how do they grow up, how do they interact with others, what are their body language, what are their shortcomings. So she's doing all of this work in order to help them where they are. So I feel like those two components are also we should highlight the emotional support and mission learning the local cultures to support them where they are. Over to you,
Thank
Niti.
you. Thank you so much for adding that, Sunny. Those are really amazing points. And Michelle, I'm sure you're super excited about working with our international students. Now, something that I can definitely add is a personal story of mine because I transitioned, like I have several years of experience in the education field, and then I moved to the edtech space, and I've been here for so many years now. And I remember being very skeptical when I moved into the edtech space where students are supposed to find jobs through coaches. Like in the educational world, we bring companies in. All of these companies, we have interview drives, and they get direct access with the HR in the company, and it's a lot more reassuring to students, right? When you work like that, and then here you're supposed to be working with a coach and figuring out your job search. And I was so pleasantly surprised when I've worked with so many coaches. Michelle is one of the best coaches I have worked with. Just calling that out, very genuinely. And I have noticed how students pick up on the skills of actually job searching the right way, and how much of an impact that creates in their long-term career growth compared to just being in places where they bring companies in and get interviews fixed for you, and then tomorrow if you lose your job, because you know how the job market is right now, it's very dicey. You can get into a company, lose a job maybe in a couple of days, a week, even months, because a lot of tech layoffs that's happening in the market right now. But when you have the skill, you're not worried about it because you know exactly how to navigate the job market, and you can get the next job with ease. So yeah, definitely, from even transitioning from the educational world to the edtech space, having a career coach makes a world of a difference. And it's not like bringing companies in and giving you that placement support. This is a whole different ball game. So it's a life skill that you pick up. So yeah, that's something that I would definitely want to add. But yeah,
Perfect.
great question.
Perfect. Thank you so much, guys, for answering the questions in so much detail. Um, we have very short time left, but we will quickly take one question, and that is, because I think this is a very useful and insightful question, so that's why I'm taking this. What will be the real-time project? What will it look like?
So yeah, I can answer that.
All right.
Yeah, so basically, like this project is gonna be from a company which is in the tech and entertainment space, and it's like in the business of facilitating festivals, weddings, private functions, etc. So this company is basically wanting to develop some key sales statistics, some analytical insights so that like they can make informed business decisions. So what they want to assess is basically like what would be the company revenue, expenses. They want to forecast like what would be the possible business trends, possibilities, opportunities. So all this stuff. So this is what the live project is going to be about. It's like a 5 GB database. And as I told you before, the skills that we are going to use are Microsoft Azure primarily to implement the project. And we are going to leverage SQL, Python, and its libraries. Yeah, we are going to follow the whole data science life cycle of like all of the steps, right from data cleaning to like uh, deploying the project and taking feedback. So yeah, we're going to follow that whole cycle and yeah, that's about it. Yeah,
And I
I
think
hope
couple
that
more
answers
things,
the question. Yeah,
yeah, Archit, I have a couple more things that I would like
sure.
to add here is, as Archit was saying, right, like this is the 5 GB of data that Archit is talking about. That's a real data. Okay,
Mm,
it's not like a fake simulated data. It's a real data of a real company, which is the working in the entire US. So it's a huge company having a large amount of data that requires a lot of data cleanup and also build, as Archit was saying, analytics on top of that. So we have
yeah.
data for probably past 6-7 years of data, right? So we are going to build a predictive analytics with the machine learning as well in order to predict what the future is gonna be looking like for this company in terms of revenue, profits, expenses, headcount, everything. So as soon as someone's gonna work on this project, right? The learnings they're gonna have is essentially going to first help them in taking interviews. Okay, I'm not talking about it's gonna help them doing a job. Of course, that's gonna help, but the first our purpose for doing this is to take the interviews, because in the interviews in the United States they ask certain questions that not every other country is asking. Like they ask questions about teamwork, leadership, how to resolve conflicts, how you're gonna interact with the external partners. So they are asking in the interviews in the US, they are asking such questions. In order to answer this, the only way to answer such questions is if you have worked in some environment that provides you these opportunities. And that is the thought process behind setting up this live project. When you're going to work on this, you are going to face these challenges and you will be able to answer those questions in the interview very, very easily.
All right, perfect. Shania, that was an awesome answer. So, guys, thank you so much for answering all the question, taking such a time out from your busy and busy schedule and answering all the question very detail. And I hope all these answers will help our prospects, future students, and all the international students who are out there. I'm sure it's gonna help them a lot. So, thank you, the entire team of ElevateMe, for coming here today, meeting us, conducting this wonderful webinar, and answering all the questions and explaining the entire journey of ElevateMe. And the people who are out there who are still thinking to join ElevateMe, guys, give us a call, and it would be a wonderful. It would be a day and night difference. The day would be us, or night will be someone else. So it would be a day and night difference between the job search journey from an international student to a professional environment. It would be an excellent way to go. Our phone number is listed right behind Niti's background, but I will dictate it for you. It's 614-965-8005. Again, it's 614-965-8005. Our email address is info@elevateme.pro. It's PRO pro. Again, it's info@elevateme.pro. And you can always go on our website. It is elevateme.pro, ELEVATEME.pro. And guys, you can always call us or email us, and someone from our team would be more than glad to help you out with your journey of the job search. To all the international students, very good luck for your job journey, and thank you so much for joining us today. We will be meeting here again on the same link. Whoever are on our YouTube audience and our Zoom audience, you can use this YouTube audience, not the same link, but it will be on our YouTube page. So please make sure to subscribe us. If you are on the YouTube right now, and the Zoom team, you can always use the same link, and we will be right here again on the next Friday, 3 p.m. Until then, best of luck. Have a very happy weekend, and we will see you then. Thank you so much, guys.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.